I am a serial murderer. After I died, I wore a book and became a miserable girl in a group. Favorite, she was hurt by everyone before she was alive. So I killed them all. Before I put on the book, I was still in the basement. The knife in my hand cut off the rapist's lower body and fed it to her. I heard the siren, e-breath ad outcome lie, but I was still exposed. It looked at the ferocious man in front of me and listened to his screams. I smiled happily. Immediately, I cut the man with a knife and inserted the knife into my heart. I soon lost consciousness. To detect the right person, successfully bind and start the transmission to receive the full plot. Jitsi, forgive Yao Yao. She has been crying in the room for 2 hours. Mom knows that Yao Yao and Wei Zi make you sad, but Yao Yao really didn't mean it. What's more, she is still pregnant now. You have no children for so long. The shaking child will be your child in the future. You are a Jane Zheng. It is right to be more considerate of your sister. Moreover, it is definite lie, not intentional to get drunk with. The capital of Yao Yao. He looked at the middle-aged couple standing in front of me, who are my parents, Su Yan Nuo and Zhao Xiaoyu, Eom, wearing a book. And it is still a novel that has been rated as the first of the top 10 dog-blooded articles by the majority of netizens. Suzy is a tragic female match in this dog blood article. Before her death, her parents were extremely partial to her sister Su Yao. Even Xiao Weizi, the male host who had been in love with Su Zhao for 5 years, was partial to Bai Lianghua's sister Su Yao. After seeing Su Yao, she existed like a group of pets in this dog blood article, and everyone would love her good to her, then hurt Su Zhao. Although Xiao Weizi was Su Zishu's bond, he fell in love with Su Yao after seeing him. The two finally got together. Su Yao was pregnant, which made Xiao Weizi's patriarch, Chao Mother Liu, Yan Hongyi see static. Speaking out, asked Su Zhao to divorce his son and take Su Yao in. Finally, when Su Yao was bleeding heavily, everyone wanted Su Zhe to supply blood to him. Su Zi finally died of excessive blood loss. After Su Zhao Zi's, his soul did not leave. Immediately after his death, he looked coldly at everyone cheering for the birth of Su Yao's child. No one was sad at all for his death. She heard her parents say that this broom star finally died, but fortunately she survived, and Yao Yao did not waste our years of raising her for nothing. She heard her husband say, "From now on, Yao Yao, you are my only wife. No one really loves her. Everyone is hurting her. Her death is killing her. Everyone is a murderer. Her heart is filled with hate, red. He wants these people to pay the price they deserve." So I was transported into the world by something called a system. From now on, I am Su Jitsi. Are you listening to Mom? Dawn 30 to comfort my sister and call her out. Xiao Xiaoyu saw that he had not responded. All the time, he cried, displeased, I know. Mom smiled at her and pushed the door into Su Yao's room. Su Yao was lying on the bed, holding a mobile phone and watching a video with Xiao Weizi. Hearing the noise, he saw me coming in and immediately hung up the video. He was red-eyed and Asmo face was rendered to the ground. He said to me, "Sister, I'm sorry. It's all my fault." Ishudan Fave asked Weizi to accompany me to drink. Ignore that you and brother Wei Gaijage have been together for 5 years and have no children. Just now, brother Wei Gage was just concerned about the situation of the children. The movie said that if you can get pregnant, you should divorce brother Z. Eom am almost 5 months old for brother Z children. Idadang T mean to get involved in your marriage. He rushed to me, covered his stomach, and nailed LT down. I know you are very uncomfortable. Hit me. Even if you break my leg, it doesn't matter. As long as you dare hurt me and my brother's child. The next second, Su Yao's face was directly tilted by me, and a bright red slap was printed on his left face. I used a lot of strength. His left face swelled up directly, and blood flowed down the corners of his mouth. He looked at me in disbelief, his eyes full of anger and shock. Unfortunate lie. He didn't have time to be shocked for too long. I grabbed a baseball bat directly from the table. Next to him, I gently held his right foot. Huai. Su Yao's legs are very beautiful, slender and smooth, and are very suitable for classical dance. She is a special student of dance. Suji has spent a lot of money for her to learn dance, but the garden owner's talent in dance is far beyond Su Yao, which makes professionals sigh. But Su Yao never allowed Su Zhao to surpass her in any way, so she accidentally pushed Suzy downstairs one night, and Suji's legs could no longer dance. After Su Yan Nuo and Zhao Xiaoyu learned about it, they just asked Suzy not to blame his sister. The sister didn't team in it, so she took it lightly and continued to spend a lot of money to train Su Yao. You mean you want me to break your leg, right? I asked softly with a smile on my face. Su Yao's face showed deep fear. She screamed. Mom and Dad, Suzy was crazy. Come in and save me. At the moment he screamed, I broke Su Yao's legs with a baseball bat. Su Yao uttered a heart-piercing scream, and his lower body was constantly oozing blood. He curled up on the ground and covered his stomach and showed Ted. My leg, my child. Zhao Xiaoyu broke out aspirin at the door. When they arrived, Su Yao was about to faint. He looked at him condescending. From today on, you will realize what a hellish life is. Su Yan Nuo, his eyes were red. He rushed to me and raised his hand to hit me, but he was caught by me before his hand touched at me. You beast! How dare you hit your sister? I was very helpless and blinked. My father was my sister who said he could hit her, even if I broke his leg. You and your mother have said that your sister has been kind and naive since she was occult. It is absolutely impossible for her to lie. What my sister said is true. I believe she definite lie didn't team to sleep with her inferior or get pregnant. Since my sister sincerely admitted her mistake to me, and wanted me to vent her anger. Of course I have to satisfy her. After all, you and your mother taught me when I was young. May, Jane Jiang, and want to let my sister go. I have to meet my sister's demands, don't I? I am trying my best to meet my sister's requirements. Why are you and your mother angry? Zhao Xiaoyu heard what I said and even ignored Su Yao's injury. So he rushed up to hit me. You unscrupulous beast. How could I raise a daughter like you? That's your own sister. Not only do you not admit your mistake, but you are still talking nonsense here. Unfortunate lie. Before his heavy body touched me, he tripped over a baseball bat on the ground. Zhao Xiaoyu fell to the ground, angry and anxious, pointing at me for a long time and speechless. Su Yanyuo's face was livid and said, Suz, kneel down and apologize to your mother and sister. I was a little surprised that my good father didn't. He seemed to realize that he was still under my control. What am I doing wrong? Why kneel down and apologize? Since I was a child, you asked me to meet all my sister's requirements. I just clearly met my sister's requirements. How could I do something wrong? In your opinion, my existence is only to make my sister happy. When my sister is happy, you will praise me a few words. My sister is in poor health and needs frequent blood transfusions. You can obviously buy blood in the hospital, but in order to have enough money to train him to dance, you will draw my blood and give it to him. His blood bag. You clearly know that my dancing talent is much better than my sister S, and you clearly know that she deliberately pushed me down the stairs at that time. But you told me that he was still young, and you said that my cultural achievements were better than my sister S, and I could also go to a good university. Ilis asked to give her a blood transfusion the night before the college entrance examination as air salt. I fainted in the examination room the next day and couldn't even go to a junior college. Be sure to tell me that my sister is in poor health, and those who are sisters should satisfy her more. I sent this. What you taught me since childhood, I always keep it in mind. So, what was wrong with me? I looked at him with the corners of my mouth lightly raised. Su Yannuo was about to hit me, but the next second he screamed like a pig, because it picked up the baseball bat that fell to the ground and broke his hand with a stick. After he fell to the ground, I grabbed a baseball bat and broke his left leg. The sound of the broken bone was clearly heard by others. Xiao Xiaoyu was stunned for a few seconds, then immediately struggled to get up and rushed up to hit me. Beast, he is your father. Xiao Xiaoyu rushed up to grab the baseball bat in my hand, but he didn't even touch the stick, so he was kicked to the ground by me. My mother scattered the baseball bat in her hand and asked with a smile, Does mom remember this baseball bat? This baseball bat is Shuzi's nightmare. In my memory, this stick fell on him countless times, beating his skin to pieces, and he could not get up for several days, and Su Yao would stand aside and fan the flames every time. Unfortunate lie. The baseball bat fell on them today. They have to take a good look at the pain they have suffered. I looked at the middle-aged woman who was angry and scared in front of me with a smile. Mom, my sister is going to die. If the child in her belly is gone, the next door may not be able to enter. That condition is not so good. Send it to the hospital quickly. Otherwise, after so many years of training, it will be empty. Xiao Xiaoyu just came back to his mind, glared at me bitterly, and immediately called 120 and ran out to ask others for help. Soon, Su Yan, Nuo, and Su Yao were carried into an ambulance. Su Yao was lying on the stretcher, raised a small face, looked at me with tears, and said to me, Jane Jiang, I'm sorry, as long as you can get away, but I beg you, Dan Third, my child. It should be said that this hostess is worthy of being a hostess. It is almost painful to faint. It is apathy that she can still hold on to such a good show. It is apathy not to enter the entertainment circle. Seeing this behind the scenes, the neighbors all talked to me, but they were swept away daily by me with a baseball bat, and they didn't dare to open their mouths again. Zhao Xiaoyu spread his hair and cried to his surroundings. How did Iris, such a wolf-hearted beast, even his own sister can do it? He squatted down slowly, pulled his hair behind his ear, and whispered a word back to his ear, and he immediately stopped crying. My mother made me anxious. Be careful that my father and sister have some problems in the hospital. I followed Xiao Xiaoyu to the hospital. Su Yao's injury had been bandaged and his child was barely saved. This time, at the moment he was lying in the hospital bed, pale like a fragile ceramic doll. I designed Su Yao to come to the hospital for Ariason. One of the murderers who killed the original owner in his last life was the doctors in this hospital. In the plot, Su Yao also came to the hospital, just because Suzai discovered that he and Xia Wei Zi were having an affair and nearly miscarried in panic. So he was Su Yao's attending doctor. Since the original owner had no children all the time, he was ordered by his parents and mother-in-law to deliver food to Su Yao every day. He met Yu Sturgeon and was gentle and considerate, and soon became good friends with Suzy. So the most bloody place in this novel came. Suzy had good feeling for the gentle and considerate Yu Zun, and was determined to divorce Xia Wei Zi. It turned out that Yu Zun had a crush on Su Yao all along. She volunteered to become Su Yao's attending doctor. Su Yao is in poor health and needs blood transfusion for a long time. If there is no large blood supply during delivery, he is very likely to die due to massive bleeding. For Su Yao's sake, Yu Zun earnestly persuaded Su Yao to admit it, and supplied him with blood during his production. The description in the original text only makes me feel disgusting. Yu Zun leaned lazily on the sofa, and looked up at Suzy and Gitzi gently. Give her little husband snow. After all, she is your sister. Su Zhou only felt as if the whole person had been put into cold water and was cold all over. Did Su Yao ask you to come? Yu Zhu shook his head. Xiao Yao didn't ask me to come. He didn't want you to be hurt more than anyone else. But you also know that Xiao Yao is a Rari blood type, and you are her sister. Do you have the heart to watch her bleed to death during childbirth? Squeaks, I know you are a kind girl. As long as you contribute some blood, Xiao Yao will be safe with her mother and son. Ik no. You want to be with me? When Xiao Yao gives birth to Okild, you will divorce, and we can be together. You are willing, right? Yuzun's swords kept reminding Suzy that her husband cheated on her sister, and the people she likes now also love her sister. But she couldn't refuse to ask. Yuzun's last words gave her a glimmer of hope in this dilapidated life. Kushat was cut like Ekna, and finally trembled and said, "A good one." At this time, a tall, elegant and handsome man came in. This is the male Iruzan in the book. Zhao Yao. Are you better? You need a blood transfusion, and you re-losing a little too much blood right now, Yuzan said gently to Su Yao, eyes full of worry. Su Yao's eyes were hazy with tears and slowly reached out his hand and took Yuzun's hand. Brother Hunting, can my legs continue to dance? Don't worry, I'm here. Although your leg is a bit serious, you can definitely recover. He gently touched Ed Sushid and smiled softly. But the most important thing for you now is to lose some blood. You have lost too much blood. Su Yao breathed a sigh of relief and suddenly looked up and saw me standing at the door. She immediately trembled with horror and said in a trembling voice, "Jane Jiang, I'm sorry I was wrong. Don't be angry. Let me and my children go." Xiao Xiaoyu hugged Su Yao heartily and looked at me with disgust. Yuzun looked at me with a tight frown, without goodwill in her eyes. "You think she should know the cause and effect of the matter?" I'm very curious whether the people in this book are all like this, and they are still rushing to lick it. Suzy, your sister needs to congratulate you now. If you are willing to congratulate your sister, your father and I can consider forgiving you. Reluctant lie and are willing to recognize you as a daughter. I opened my eyes slightly and looked at Xiao Xiaoyu. This woman's mother is very thick-skinned. Mom, why should I promise you? Zhao Yao is your sister. It is only natural for you to congratulate her. You are sisters. You are allowed to dislike it. I obviously don't understand why I didn't want to. Xiao Yao is so kind and must be misunderstood as his Jane Jiang. Shouldn't you be more considerate of her? It's just a little bit of joy. You want TVO much too. The little demon, he walked slowly too. The fish and smiled at her. Dr. Yu, your blood type seems to be matched with my sister. Why don't you give my sister blood? And you just said you could fix my sister's leg, so she's not hurt enough, right? Yunzu took a step back, with a hint of panic and confusion. He obviously didn't understand. Why? I asked, but he soon did. When others were not paying attention, I grabbed a heavy vase at the head of the bed and hit Su Yao's leg directly. The sound of the vase breaking and Su Yao's scream sounded at the same time. Now eating raw can cure it. My sister seems to have shed a lot of blood again. Please ask the doctor to provide some blood for my sister. Su Yao mourned bitterly and twisted her face and kept screaming. Xiao Xiaoyu's face were red and he wanted to tear my hair when he rushed over, just like he tried my best to avoid Xiao Xiaoyu's crazy attack. Mom, save your energy. Instead of coming to me now, think about how to let Dr. Yu give my sister a blood transfusion. If this continues, my sister will die of excessive blood loss. I looked at Xiao Xiaoyu with a smile on my face. Xiao Yu stopped panting and stared at me and said, "Your father and I have done our best to raise you to such a big age. Do you have the heart to watch your sister bleed to death in bed? If you are a Jane Jiang, you should bear your own responsibility and take good care of your sister." He looked at Xiao Xiaoyu gently and said tenderly, "You see, Dr. Yu is better than me at first sight. It must be better for her to draw his blood and give it to her sister. As long as my sister's health is getting better, she can lose less blood, spend less money in the future. So you want Fave to work so hard in the future." Xiao Yu pointed at me trembling and looked at Yuzan again, speechless for half a day. Yuzun's face was extremely ugly, black as if ink could drip out. "You are Xiao Yao's sister. It is only natural that you give her blood transfusion. And even if you hate him again, you can't. Xiao Yao, don't worry. I will find a way to cure you." But before she finished speaking, I broke her hands and Zhangzu's face was distorted due to excessive pain. I squatted down and patted him on the face. "Do you know who I hate most? It is a hypocrite like you. Your hands kept the safety of Su Yao's mother and son, but killed Suzy. Obviously, your blood can also be lost to Su Yao, but it happened that you only need Suzy to go. Now, you can save another operation on your hands. Can you still keep him safe? Yes, no matter how much Suzy hates Apperson, he will not hurt him. Yuzun, you just lost a pair of hands. Suzy lost his life." Yukon stared at me with scarlet eyes, but soon he fainted from pain. After he passed out, I directly cut his wrists with acne. He should also taste the feeling of waiting for death to come. Slowly. Xiaoyu, sheer-breaking cry in the ward made me feel very happy, but unfortunately I have more important things to do now. I left the hospital and went to our roadside drugstore to buy some blood pressure medication. The next place you want to go is the home of Xia Weizi, and the original owner in the book. As the male owner of this novel, he has the following characteristics. He is handsome, his family is very good, his mind is filled with air, and one is filled with air hemp. At that time, the book described that when the original owner discovered that he had an affair with Su Yao and Occult came to confront him, Su Yao seemed mad to feel that the sky was falling down. Her husband, who had been in love with her for 5 years, actually cheated on her sister, and the two had a child. Clearly it was herself who was betrayed, but her mother even asked her to comfort Su Yao. Her father also blamed her, causing Su Yao to abandon this birth. Her mother-in-law also hated that she had not been pregnant and wanted her to divorce Xia Weizi and take Su Yao, but no one remembers Xia Weizi as her husband. In the eyes of his parents, as long as Su Yao wants he will give it to him, even if this person has been married to her for 5 years and the sun is shining outside her husband. She is trembling all over. Now, he just wants to find Xia unknown. She wants to hear her explanation. She still believed in her husband. He finally returned home. Xia Weizi saw his slouch and hugged Su with heartache. Suji said slowly, turned red. He was about to speak when Xia Weizi said at the next moment, Su, Z, I really love you. But Zhao Yao is also an irreplaceable part of my heart. What's more, she still has my child now. I believe you will love this child as much as you love your own child. Let us go to the hospital to see if he is okay. It was really sunny outside. The sun made my body ache. Soon arrived at the door of my house. I opened the door and saw Xia Weizi sitting on the sofa. Why didn't you let me pick you up in such a big sun and walk back by myself? Her eyes looking at me were full of worry and concern. I stared at his face and slowly showed a strange smile. In the original plot, after the original owner failed the college entrance examination, he was forced by his parents to work in another city. Suzy was a clerk in Xia unknown company at first, but he didn't expect Xia Weizi to love Suzy at first sight. Under his pursuit, the two soon fell in love and got married. Soon after the marriage, Xia Weizi was about to resign at home, but the two had a period of love and sweet days. But shortly after the marriage, Xia Weizi's mother moved in and lived with the two. Liu Yanhong did not hesitate to make promises, especially since he had been married for many years and had no children. He often encouraged the two to divorce. After graduating from Suyao University, Su Yao entered Xia Unknown company with the help of Su Ji, and Su Yao became Xia Unknown secretary. The two accompanied each other day and night. Coupled with Su Yao's intentional or unintentional seduction, the two naturally rolled together after a reception. Although Xia Weizi felt ashamed of the original owner, he could not refuse Su Yao's gentleness. But Suzy soon realized that Xia Unknown was wrong. When she found out that her husband and her sister were together, Su Zhao filed for divorce from Xia Weizi. But Xia Weizi was still unwilling to divorce Su. She still wanted her original match to live in harmony with her junior, and he was blessed with the same people until the end. Su Yao calculated the original owner. Xia Weizi was completely disappointed with Su and decided to divorce the original owner. Finally, the original owner was about to die of excessive blood loss. When he asked him for help, he turned a blind eye. After the death of the original owner, he couldn't wait to hold a wedding with Su Yao, even regardless of the original owner's body. In the end, the people in the hospital couldn't watch it, so they helped the original owner to converge the body. Why are you looking at me like that? Xia Weizi seemed frightened by my expression. She subconsciously took a step back. I smiled and shook my head. In this way, Xia Weizi does have a goody leather bag. It is good to make it into a beautiful doll. My sister is in the hospital, I said slowly. At this time, she didn't seem to know that Su Yao had entered the hospital. He pushed me away fiercely. Xiao Yao, what's the matter? He felt guilty and emotional about getting involved in our marriage. Xia Wei's look brought some blame to my eyes. Of course, Xiao Yao and I were accidents. You and Xiao Yao are sisters. You certainly want to blame us. And Xiao Yao is still pregnant with my child. This child will be our child in the future. Can the four of us have a happy life together in the future? I will always love you, and I will definitely not listen to my mother's divorce from you. Listen, is this what a normal person can say? I looked at Chaya with surprise. I was really curious. Can there be two normal people in this book? I reached out and touched Ed Erhiki on her neck. The obvious place was Su Yao's provocation to the original owner. Chaya pulled up her collar in a panic and wanted to explain to me, but her face turned red and she faltered and didn't know what to say. I patted him on the shoulder with great care. You didn't have to explain. I believe your love for me, and I am willing to live with 4 people. His tight body obviously relaxed. Ik knew you were a kind person, and my favorite person was you. He gently took my hand and walked towards the door. Go, Squeak. Let's go to the hospital to see your sister. Tell her the good news. She will be happy and will get better soon. I can see that she really cares about Su Yao. He broke away from his hand and sighed, for it seems that I am still know better than Su Yao in your heart. Xia Weizi's face revealed a trace of panic. What are you talking about? The most important thing in my heart must be you. How important is it? Give me your life, will you? Xia Weizi nodded without hesitation. He thought I meant that he loved me more than himself. Unfortunately, I meant it literally. I smiled at him sweetly, and Ik knew that I was still the most important thing in my heart. Before going to see my sister again, can you help me prepare a nutritious soup for my sister? Xia immediately agreed. Then please cooperate with me. I directly grabbed the ashtray on the tea table and smashed it at the back of the head. Only then did he realize that something was wrong and wanted to resist, but with a thought, he fainted. He found some strong ropes at home and tied him to the pillars of the room. Then he went to the kitchen to find a knife that was not very sharp. I took off his pants and slowly cut his lower body with a knife. He was awakened by the sharp pain and let out bursts of wailing for it. You know what? I like killing people with a blunt knife best. He brings unbearable pain, but you want tea and faint because of him. You can enjoy the process of dying. How wonderful it is. Do you hear the sound of cutting meat very melodious? Xia Weizi stared at me in disbelief. At this moment, I took the knife again and slowly cut deep into her body. Blood soon flowed out of her body and infiltrated the carpet on the ground. You sick? Why did you kill me? Because I cheated on you. Why? Soon knew that Illiton smiled when I saw the blood on my lips. You know what? For my natural sociopath, killing people is like eating and drinking water. Originally, I wanted to make you a beautiful doll. that can be watched and preserved all the time. But you are really different. I hate such amen the most. Su Yao loves you so much that he will certainly be very happy to eat the soup made of your meat. After that, I stuffed the lump of rotten meat that I had just cut into his mouth, and in his frightened eyes I stabbed him. 2 hours later, I cleaned up the blood in the room and cooked a pot of fragrant soup in the kitchen. At this moment, there was a sound of opening the door, and I knew my next target was coming. After Liu Yanhong came back, she sat directly on the sofa and saw me busy in the kitchen. She kept picking. In the living room, Suzy, what do you eat at home day by day? The coffee table and the ceiling of the house are full of dust. Don't you know how to clean it? When I heard this, I immediately came out of the kitchen and said with a low brow and pleasing to the eye, Mom, I know. I'll leave now. Who will you show me like this? I'm going to divorce my son from you soon. After coming to our house for so many years, he can't even afford an egg. He is still brilliant and sweet. He doesn't look like a dead person all day long. He is obvious lie, sister. You look poor. No wonder your parents don't like you. Want Yao to marry in the original plot. Liu Yanhong has been targeting Su Yao with her after learning that she is pregnant, and also designed to force Xia Weizi to divorce Su Zi. When Su Yao was born in the hospital, he was also nearby and told the doctor not to care about the life or death of the original owner. Just draw blood directly. I pretended to listen carefully and then gave him a sweet smile. Mom, tired, have some soup. Specially let people find a material for it. With that, I went to the kitchen to fill Liu Yanhong with a bowl of soup. Liu Yanhong only felt that the soup was so delicious today, and the meat inside was even fresher. People as teeth were falling off. She even drank 3 bowls before stopping. Today's strip was good, but he still had filial piety for it. Unlike some people, I nodded, repeated lie, and praised it all the time. I heard that Yao Yao was hospitalized with anger. You remember that if something happens to my precious grandson, you can wait for a divorce. If it weren't for it, I would have kicked you out. The broom. Liu Yanhong looked at me with a high head, full of contempt inside and outside. Go get me some soup and I'll go see how my big baby grandson is doing. I'm just waiting for him. After hearing this sentence, I immediately turned to the kitchen and specially gave Su Yao a lot of meat for his arm. Liu Yanhong snatched the soup directly from my hand and turned to go out. Soon after he went out, I followed him out. I had to see Su Yao drink the soup with my own eyes before I was happy. When I drove to the door of the ward, it was already noon, and the private hospital was quiet, which was just convenient for me. I saw Liu Yanhong drinking soup for Su Yao through the crack of the door. Yang Yi, this soup is delicious. Who ate it? Liu Yanhong looked at him lovingly, thinking that this brother stewed it specially for you just to mend your body and give birth to a big, fat boy for our family in the future. Su Yang's face was shy. How can this be done? He will Zhenjiang be unhappy, which will reassure the broomstar. In Yang Yi shared, pointing to your daughter-in-law. Su Yao bowed her head shyly and made no secret of her malice in her words. I was afraid she was sad, and she specially prepared gifts for her, Zhenjiang, and I didn't know if Zhenjiang would like it. After seeing Su Yao drink the soup with my own eyes, I was very happy. After listening to them, I turned around and left the hospital. Sure enough, shortly after I got home, I heard the sound of collecting utility bills outside. Of course, I know what Su Yao's gift is. In the original plot, Su Yao was just 2 gangsters. The dress property came to rape her sister and took photos. Liu Yan, Hong, and Xia Weizi not only did not call the police for the original owner, but also posted the photos on the internet, framing the original owner for cheating. Then Xia Weizi immediately divorced the original owner and let the original owner clean out of the house. On the day of Xia Weizi's divorce from the original owner, Su Yao accidentally fell and was about to produce. Zhao Xiaoyu asked him on the phone to take the original owner to the hospital and supply Su Yao with blood. When the original owner was taken to the hospital and was about to die, the book described it like this. Su Ji watched the bright red blood continue to flow from his body, and he wanted to find some connection between him and the world. It can be recalled that his life of more than 20 years seems to have not seen any light. He could never forget the insults the 2 gangsters had insulted him, and he would never forget Xia Weizi sponging and kicking him after seeing the photos. He humiliated him with the dirtiest and most vicious words in the world. He Mercel's sly brought them. We came to the hospital just to save his junior and illegitimate son. The sound of Yuzun saying Dang Ti, stop and continue smoking came from his ear. Su Zi's shirt ached. She didn't understand why everyone sloth. For Su Yao would always be at the expense of hurting her. Parents are like this. Husband who has been in love for 5 years is like this. And so is Yu Xin. His life is like Su Yao's shadow. He can never see the light, and he can never have the kindness and love of others. With the continuous blood loss, Suzy felt extremely cold, and his consciousness became more and more blurred. He wanted to stretch out his hand to drag the clothes of the person next to him, but in vain he finally left with hatred. My good sister still can't wait to send me a new gift so soon. The moment I opened the door, 2 men with fleshy faces rushed in. The leader said with a lewd smile, "Little beauty, you are obedient. We will be merciful. If you keep struggling, your brothers are welcome." They grinned and approached me to tear my clothes. 20 minutes later, I threw the bodies of the 2 men into the room, accompanied by the gnome bodies. It took Ifito of the garbage and sent it to Su Yao. By the way, is the soup delicious? I shook off the minced meat that had spilled on me and went to take a good bath. It was long before I got a call from Su Yao. The Tang Su Yao trembling voice with deep fear. "Good to drink. That can be made of your brother's meat." Su Yao's retching sound kept coming from the other end of the phone. He vomited for 5 minutes before trembling and saying, "You kill it." Brother asked knowingly, "Can I still hear you say to Lu Yan Hong that this soup is delicious? You follow Yang Yi, you murderer. I want to call the police. I advise you not to shake your gift. I like you very much, but damn forget that I have their cell phones, and there is evidence that you instructed them to rape me. And the child in your belly is not unknown in Xia, and you damn want your life to be destroyed. How do you know, you lunatic?" I ignored him and hung up the phone because I had one more thing to do later. I trembled with excitement at the thought of Liu Yanhong's expression later. Before long, Liu Yanhong returned home. I had been waiting for him for a long time. When Liu Yanhong saw me, she opened her mouth and said, "You are useful. The stewed soup is good." I drank it all. She is still a cocky look. Sister like it. "Mom, you should take medicine. This is an imported medicine, specially brought to you by the medicine people. You brought the antihypertensive medicine I bought specially to Liu Yanhong. Liu Yanhong has always had heart disease." Xia Weizi often asked someone to bring him some medicine, which is convenient for me. Hearing that Xia Weizi bought the medicine, Liu Yanhong immediately took it. While taking medicine, I still damn forget myself. I still have filial piety for it. Why is it so late today that he hasn't come back yet? Weizi said that he went to the hospital to see his sister. Let you go to bed early. Don't worry. After hearing this, Liu Yanhong gave me a white look and was ready to get up as air salt. She suddenly covered her heart and sat down again. Liu Yanhong suddenly felt as if a heavy stone was pressing on her chest. "Go and get me some medicine. I seem to have a heart attack." He collapsed on the sofa and looked at me hastily. He looked at him with a smile on my face and said slowly, "Mom, I have good news for you. In fact, the child in Su Yao's belly is not Xia Weizi, yes. Xia Weizi. She has landing disease. There is no way to make her pregnant, but she does until know it." Liu Yanhong looked at me with an unbelievable face. At this time, she had already breathed for 10 minutes. It was impossible. My son could not have the disease of Lao Shizi. You must be lying to me. Please bring me the medicine quickly, or I will definitely skin you later. Liu Yanhong now only feels a blur in front of her eyes, and her heart seems to burst next second. He was now like a being mad dog, constant lie, panting heavily. His rapid, gasped PS sounded very pleasant to me. "Mom, is the noon soup good? That soup made of meat? I stewed it specially for a long time, but unfortunate lie, I'm dead for it. Otherwise, he should have tasted such delicious soup." I say to him malicious lie, and then found out the photo of Xia Weizi being dismembered and put it in front of his eyes. "You murderer, you actually killed my son." After seeing Xia Weizi's Z's, Liu Yanhong wanted to get up and fight with me. Unfortunate lie, her excessive excitement accelerated his death, and she died before she struggled a few times. I skillfully handled Liu Yanhong's body, and then began to prepare for the final drama. Thinking about the wonderful scene, I couldn't wait to start one. Finally, Su Yan Nuo and Zhao Xiaoyu returned home with Su Yao, and I had been waiting for them at home for a long time. Su Yao shivered as soon as he saw me and turned around and wanted to run out. Zhao Xiaoyu also looked at me with fear. Su Yao ran to the door and grabbed the door handle and wanted to unscrew it and run out. But no matter how hard he used, he couldn't unscrew it. "Shake, you don't run away. The home has been reformed by me." Iga gave him a malicious smile. Su Yao looked at me in horror. "What are you going to do?" Seeing this, Su Yanyu rushed up and wanted to slap me twice. He directly took out a stuk stick, knocked him down and collapsed to the ground. I opened my mouth slowly. "In fact, I have always been very curious. Although you are a hostess, it seems that you are not a good person and your methods are not very clever. But why do everyone be confused by you to hurt Su Zhao? Are you different from others? I really want to dissect you and see how your physiological structure is different from normal people." Su Yao was scared silly by my words. She collapsed to the ground like a dead dog and looked pale. I opened the living room cabinet, which was filled with various anatomical knives. It's really not easy to find all these things. But shake. I'm really too curious about you. You to have the best sensory experience in the process of anatomy. Zhao Xiaoyu trembled and wanted to take out his cell phone to call the police. He looked at him with a smile. "Mom, can you try to call the police? I am not afraid of death. Guess if I can kill you before the police come. Since I was a child, you almost killed me." "You don't tell the police. I just want to see how you are, different from normal people. And you're about to call the police." The next second, he was cut off by the knife. It threw out. Zhao Xiaoju made a tragic cry. Su Yang Nuo and Su Yao were directly scared silly, and burst tears of stench continued to spread from Zhao Xiaoyu's slower body. Su Yao cried. In the pear blossom with rain, crawled and rolled over and hugged my leg. "I was really wrong. Please let me go. I can do anything." I walked to Xiao Xiaoyu's side and stepped on his wound. Xiao Xiaoyu twitched with pain and fainted within a few seconds. "Is it? Then you can tell me what's wrong with you. If you apologize so sincerely for the first time." Su Yanue shouted angrily beside him. "Su Zhao, even if you are dissatisfied with us, we have raised you to such a big age and have not treated you badly. Is this how you treat your biological father?" I looked up at Su Yanyu, didn't I? Then let's hear what my good sister says. I stood straight into Su Yao's face and told me what you had done. "Yes, I'm sorry. When I was a child, I would deliberately frame you for getting into trouble. When I pushed you downstairs that time, my parents were also saying that two people were wasting money like me. If only your leg was broken. I pushed you downstairs. My child is not from Shia, but from my ex-boyfriend. My parents disliked it that he had no money, so they wanted me to seduce my brother-in-law so that I could marry you into the Aya family instead of you. And I did find those two gangsters. Also want to be Eric's wife. So I want you to divorce Xiaowazi, Su Yao said while crying. Su Yin, Noyo retorted with a ferocized face. You little beast. Obvious lie you want to marry into Eric's family. And your mother and Yi went to help you design it. Together. Xiaowazi had already lost his love for Su Yao in his eyes at this moment. I just watched them quietly bite the dog. My good sister and father were still selfish as usual. Su Yao held my leg and cried with snot and tears. I was really wrong, but there are some things I really didn't keen to do. My parents asked me to do it. Please let me go. You can do anything you want me to do. Jealous that you can marry into Eric. Family. I also want to be jealous of your unique dancing talent. So I want to destroy you. Sister, please, forgive me. I slowly squatted down and gently touched Ed, his face. Can you really do anything? Su Yao nodded desperately, and it turned to Su Yan Nuo again. I can also let you go. Are you willing to do anything? Su Yan Nuo looked at Su Yao and Zhao Xiaoyu, and nodded his head. He got up and took 2 knives from the cupboard and handed them. Only one of you can live out of here today. I will give you half an hour, and only one person can live. If you exceed the time limit, I will kill all of you. I will show them a malicious smile. Su Yao and Su Yan Nuo both froze and could only live 1. Su Yao and Su Yan Nuo looked at each other. They picked up the knife and walked towards the faint Zhao Xiaoyu at the same time. The 2 knives were inserted into Zhao Xiaoyu. Xiaodongmon at the same time Zhao Xiaoyu died quietly. Then Su Yanyu jumped on Su Yao. Go to hell. At the moment, his eyes are full of hot red for Su Yao. Perhaps he once loved Su Yao. When he saw Su Yao constant lie, shirking his responsibility just to live, he hated Su Yao. That after Su Yao found out, he immediately scuffled with Su Yan Nuo. Finally, Su Yao inserted Aknif into Su Yan Nuo's charrette and ended his life. This surprised me a little. He expects Su Yao to live to the end. It seems that he really wants to live. Su Yan Nuo's dead blood splashed on Su Yao's face. He cried, he wanted to live. So you can only die. Can you let me go now? Su Yao was covered in blood and looked at me expectantly. Sister, has no one ever told you that murderous swords cannot be trusted? I looked at his face and, after finishing this sentence, I cut Su Yao's stomach with a knife. Su Yao is like eating fish, constant lie twitching. His face looks at me in disbelief. Su Yao, there are some things that need blood. I stood up and said to her, condescending. After Su Yao died completely, I heard the mechanical sound of the system in my mind. The original owner, S wish has been fulfilled. With his satisfaction of 100, the host is about to leave the task world, enter the next task world, and begin to convey the next world. Then let me look forward to some strange people waiting for me to kill in the next world.